Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. This is Chesty Puller with another War Commander video. This one is for the Blood Magic event for the Commander set. This is the Commander 1 and the Commander 2. And if you do not have the Lilith, I the first time I did this, I did it with Richard. And remember, you can end attack if you absolutely need to. So this first base is pretty easy. What you want to do is come in with your Lilith if you do have it. Otherwise, the Richard does work very good. I wasn't taking, I got free repair with Richard. And I also am deploying my Prometheus, and I'm basically focusing on the things that can shoot me. Like the turrets are not really a problem. I don't think you need to worry about the turrets with the Lilith, but I was just taking out the turrets, uh, and then I'm going to come in with Albert Ross or Warhogs at the end. I am going to use the Proteus to speed everything up, and for not on this one actually, on the Commander 2 I'll use the Proteus. On this one I won't be able to use the Proteus because I can't deploy ground units, even though I kind of consider it an air unit. Um, because I was thinking, why didn't I deploy it at the very beginning to speed up my Lilith? So the problem with Lilith is that she's so slow. But other than that, she does have so much damage mitigation, um, and her firepower is very powerful. Um, so uh, you would not be able to bring Albert Ross in here; he would get wrecked. So you have to kill these purple mechanized infantries, um, or the thorium mechanized infantries, and the Albert Ross should be okay. He won't even take any damage from the turrets, but I was just going ahead and taking care of all the turrets while I was in here. Um, I'm not quite sure if Albert Ross would do it any quicker. I think actually the Lilith will take care of the turrets probably quicker than Albert Ross because he would have to fly around a couple of times. He would miss many of the turrets, and so he would have to fly fully around a couple times. So I think this is going to be the fastest way to do it. Um, but at first, I wasn't very impressed with Lilith, and now that I see all the damage mitigation that she does have, I'm I'm on board with her. I think she's a good unit. Um, so, um, but like I said, these turrets over here, the ground units, uh, you really don't need to do them. If they're floaters, go ahead and get them with Lilith. By the way, if your Lilith is not level 10, I don't think she can do floaters. And if your Albert Ross is not level 20, he can't do floaters. So you're going to have to come in with something else afterward if you don't have the ability to shoot air. And actually, just having your Prometheus a level 11 and having that workshop on there for the foot soldiers, that should take care of any floaters or anything that that they couldn't hit. Um, so we'll finish it up. We'll bring Albert Ross in. You could also bring in what do you call it? I mean, to take out some of these helicopters, you could bring in an Aegis. You could bring in a Daedalus. Um, there's lots of options here for you. Um, this base is pretty easy. This is the Commander 1 base, and that's Commander 1 base is done in the bag. and we'll go check out the Commander 2 base. And so if you do not have all the parts for your Lilith, I do believe that you can finish that off in this event. And you should be able to get all the tech for Lilith if you don't have it, or any tech for anything that you've missed. This is going to be, I think, a good catch-up event. I do have a video out there for low levels, and where you can get massive gains on this event. I didn't realize I was going to try to distract with a Merc here, but those helicopters went after it too quick. So you'd have to sort of get rid of the helicopters, or maybe try it over here in the right-hand corner. But for now, that's not going to work. Uh, this is my first attempt at the Commander 2 base. I did the Commander 1 base with first with Richard. I saw how easy that was, and then I thought I would try Lilith, and so this is my first attempt at the Commander 2 base. And I wanted to try a couple of different things. This is what I was talking about. I wanted to bring my Proteus in to increase the speed of my Lilith. And then I realized that there's all of these aggressive units here coming out. But they only come out for ground, not for air. Um, so that's a funny thing there. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can clear these. I was going to bring out my Cosmortars as well, like I usually do, to get rid of these purple mechanized infantry and also the buggies, but I have my Gus in there, and I cannot have Lilith and my Gus at the same time. So I'm forced to just use my. I'll have to change my platoon if I want to bring my Cosmortars in. Um, Another thing there, I think that might be a little bit helpful would be uh, cannons, but you got to be prepared if those guys come out too strong on those aggressive units that to get rid of those as well. I would just leave the cannons there while I moved my Cosmortars around, so you wouldn't want to have it on Ruby for that. I think the best setup here for base number 2, although I'm using Ruby right now, I think the best setup here would be to put Lilith on aggressive and then not have Ruby on, so that you can use some of your other units like your Gravedigger and so forth. There's not a lot in here that's going to be able to shoot or cause much damage to Lilith. So, and I don't think that those turrets are causing any damage to Lilith. There is a glitch on Lilith where every time I deploy her, it shows her to be slightly damaged. And that happens to all the new units, by the way. That's an ongoing glitch. Look at that. There's a screamer there. I um, I didn't notice that Lilith was being affected by the screamer. She might be. Oh, she's immune to turbulence, so I don't think she's affected by the screamer. I'll have to go read her kit, but I'm pretty sure I read that she's immune to turbulence because it didn't seem like she was, going slow at all. She's already slow. She's not a fast unit, but I don't think these hunters even are going to cause any damage to her. Um, I plan on bringing in Albert Ross, but you have to get rid of these mechanized infantry. Those other guys right there, I do not think that they can shoot air. The little soldiers, I don't think that they can shoot air. No, no, I don't think that they can. But the mechanized infantry units, the bulkier ones, those guys, those ones right there that I'm shooting right there, not these little guys here. Uh, let's see. So it's a little slow, but that's not too bad. That's really not too bad. Um, this is going to be one of those units that you're going to want to get. Um, and like I said, when I first got it, I was very unimpressed with it. Um, but right now, I'm thinking, I'm changing my opinion of it. I was going to give it like about a, I don't know, like a 5 out of 10 because I just felt like Albert Ross was so much better when I was comparing Lilith to Albert Ross. Albert Ross is so much better because he takes out the base so quickly, and that's going to basically spoil us because we're so used to clearing a base in 5 seconds, right? So now this um, is going to take us about 5 minutes. So uh, we've been getting spoiled, but 5 minutes for this base. Look at the number of units in here. This is this is insane. And I don't know if you noticed that, but there was another screamer over there that I killed on the left side of the base. This is the first base I've done, so I'm not confused, right? There was a second. There was two screamers on here, I think. Huh. Now the screamers will strongly affect the Albert Ross, so you must kill those. Now let's see. Albert Ross is not immune to turbulence. So if you have it on Ruby, remember to stop your Proteus. You do not want your Proteus moving forward. It's an old unit, and your Proteus will take damage, and it takes a long time to repair the Proteus. So to be safe, I like to just retreat it, so that there's no chance that anything comes over and hits it. And my Albert Ross is level 20, so he can take air out. If you clear the space and there's some floaters, you might need to bring something else in. And another thing which I could have done, which I didn't do, was I should have brought my Prometheus in, and I don't know really why. Maybe because of those aggressive units at the beginning right there. But that is done and done. That's a very quick commander set. It's not bad. I think you can do the whole thing, base one and base two, sub 10 minutes, and so that's a good that's a good that's a pretty good event, guys. If you have any questions, I'll answer them down in the comments. Hope it was helpful.